So, good morning. Anyone I haven't met yet, I'm Cara Pickering. I'm just going to give my usual Zoom disclaimer. The child's now gone to school, so he doesn't count, but I've got a dog underneath the table and my husband's probably going to walk through the door and there'll be a bit of a kerfuffle, so I apologise. So I am really fortunate to be living in what will be UK City of Culture for 2021, Coventry. I am from this city. I grew up here until I was 16 and then ran away like most people to pursue my creative dreams in London. I've been a backing dancer, I've been a backing singer, I've worked as a fashion PR, I've worked to help build a creative academy in Walthamstow, and then everything came to a grinding halt when I was to become a mother. So 5 years on, during that time, we've had a bar in Kenilworth called The Gallery, which was a live music venue, art gallery, and a bar. And one of the things for us that was a big change was we moved from London, where we'd built 10 years of life, back to Kenilworth, which the contrasts are there. I don't have to explain them. It's a small place with a huge heart. But everything changed. I was pregnant. I didn't really understand how to interact with people as leading with a bump and them going, oh, and that was the conversation that I had to have. That's who I was at that time. And there wasn't anything else. And my husband very quickly became the boss. Oh, is the boss here? And I was like, yeah, hi, still here. It's me. And you'll figure out soon that didn't sit very well with me. I'm very independent. I'm a strong woman and I like to stand on my own 2 feet. So fast forward a bit, after programming the artists and meeting lots of amazing people, including Corey, who introduced me to Creative Mornings, we had over 100 artists exhibit in the years. We sold their artwork as well as doing charity auctions and supporting their own causes. Every Friday and Saturday, we had either live music or DJs, and I also DJ'd myself. We had private parties, we had birthday parties, we had funerals. It very much became a hub for the Kenilworth community, which when we were moving on, it was a big decision for our lives. And we had to be really aware that we weren't moving away from supporting those people. We were moving into new opportunities for all of us and taking everyone with us. And one of the things that used to happen in the bar is that we used to do acid house raves and garage nights, and it was tiny. It's split over 2 floors, and you could only have 100 people safely with the fire department regulations. So it wasn't big. There was a smoke machine and there was a laser. Our entire reason for doing this is that we know that there are people in transit at all times. We know not everybody's grown up in Kenilworth. We know not everybody that lives there is a retiree. We know that people want fun no matter where they are. And that is my ethos for everything that I do. I'm aware that wherever I'm moving, wherever I'm speaking, and whoever I'm talking to, they've all got a story. They're all filled with opportunity and they're all filled with passion for something, even if they haven't figured out what that is yet. So I'm just going to share this screen with you. I think I can do this now in casual Zoom style. Please let me know if you can see this. Are you seeing this?
Yes, that's all.
Great. That's wonderful. So this is Coventry. I love this black and white shot. It's by a photographer called Tom Ilsley. Tom is young, he's local, and I work with him quite a lot on many things. And the reason I've chosen this shot is one that we'll be using on the Block website, which is currently in transit. Excuse me. It's currently, sorry, this is my husband, Ben. So the image will be used on Block website, which is currently in transit. I've gone through the whole thing now. This is great. Start again. Yeah, this is the image we're going to use on the Block website, which is currently in transit. And the reason I've chosen this is because not only do I do work with radio, but I work as a placemaker. So everything I do is based on how people live, work, and play in a city. I look at architectural structures, the impacts of urban design, but also how we do it in a creative and playful way so that we are encouraging people who, Coventry's got this collared ring road around it. And if you go around it, you don't go anywhere. You just keep going round and round and round. That was built on purpose. Somebody built something that takes you nowhere for a reason. It was to elevate the cars above the people so we could live this amazing life underneath. And I just, yeah, this picture that Tom's taken, he did this for me because he believes in what we're doing at Block. And he did this for me because we work together. And he's working on an exhibition called Concrete Collar, which due to COVID was halted, but we hope that it will be available to view soon. So just wanted to show this, but this city for me is a place for opportunity. And even though the road takes you nowhere, there's so much that we can explore. Working with some more photographers, the image of the guy in the field, this is also in Coventry. It's there. We haven't moved anywhere, but these opportunities are there to exist, to explore. And Harps, who's taken these photos, is doing some amazing work on Instagram and HKD Media. She photographs one of the Coventry's rising stars, Parselu, who is phenomenal right now. He's on the cover of Wonderland magazine. He's on BBC Radio. He's absolutely smashing it out the park. And then on the other side is Yinez, she just began her journey as a performer pre-lockdown. So the two opportunities and the contrast of where people are going and what was happening pre-lockdown, all of these things existed. I've not found them. I've not done anything to push them any further than they're going, but I was just so concerned about them disappearing. I think all of these people, so there's Ghost Town, who do club nights, and they've been doing amazing work over the last few years in Birmingham and Coventry. And they've brought over artists like Eris Drew, who is a Chicago DJ. Boudica Festival, which champions all women. They have all women sound designers and performers. They put on this huge festival, and they were doing that pre-lockdown. They were doing that pre-City of Culture, and the same with Ghost Town. Motoring is a record label who have just signed an amazing deal, which they'll be announcing in further detail soon. Drink Your Milk is a young local promoter who was due to deliver one of her biggest performances with Warmdusher, and she links local acts with big name performers. So she was due to do her biggest bit. And then you've got Tulu, who are the underground link up, who have joined Coventry and Oxford, and they really push grime and urban and rap music. And all of these people existed pre-me, pre-lockdown, pre-City of Culture. They're just doing amazing work. I didn't want that to stop. And these people, a lot of them I know very well, some of them I know quite well, and some of them I've crossed paths with. So these people needed to be a home, we needed to be a family, and we needed to be a unit. This image that I'm showing you now with the blocks, these blocks were designed also, they weren't designed for me, they were designed during lockdown by an artist called Michael Brown. Michael is also a DJ, and he plays under the name Brown Sauce, and he has left an amazing mix for us on the station. But we've also now got these amazing blocks. He designed one every day for nearly 60 days in lockdown. And very much like Block, we've been created. There wasn't necessarily a thought to what it might be, how it might get there. I'm just doing it. I'm doing it all. And I'm hoping that I'm doing it well. But these blocks represent a different part of the station, and there are so many facets to it. The logo itself was designed by Lewis Spencer, who is also a local designer. He runs Secret Noxzine, which is also a DIY culture mag that helps platform artists. And again, if there's no events, what do we talk about? What do we do? How do we make all of this happen? So here's my face again. The bit for me that is really core is you cannot be what you cannot see. And it's always been hard in the Midlands for people to be true creatives, to make a living from what they truly love. And I mean, let's talk about the viable comment, like no matter how we look at it, we are viable. Everything that we're doing is viable, and everything who we are matters. Those have been my huge takeaways from the lockdown period. And I just feel this insane urge to show people that what they're doing is awesome. And if I'm taking, as somebody that's worked in PR and marketing, if I'm taking their stories to mainstream media and I'm saying, hey, did you know that these guys around the corner are doing this? And it's like, yeah, but that's not really for our audience. Well, that audience exists. We've proved it. We did acid house raves in a tiny bar in Kenilworth with lasers and smoke machines, and it was great. We had scratch hip hop nights there. And if that can be a thing, then why can't this? And I urge everybody, I don't know if this is going to be the biggest thing since sliced bread, and nor is that my intention. But what I do know is that I'm doing something and I'm collaborating with the Herbert Art Gallery and with all of the people that I mentioned before, that the opportunities are presenting themselves because as a creative community, it's in our nature, as I was just discussing in the breakout room, it's in our nature to give. We give our craft, we give our energy, and most of the like we give our time. That's who we are, and we can't stop that now because we are still. We can be still and we can take time for ourselves. Absolutely, that's really important. I'm finding it incredibly strange to be working on City of Culture, which is so forward thinking and planning. It's like it's like a different world. It's all just channeling on, and we're moving at a pace that nothing else in my life is moving at. I'm working from way in the morning to way in the night, as probably having chats about this at whatever time it was last night. And we have to take time to pause. Like, yes, be there. Yes, do what you want to do. Yes, be supportive of each other, but take time, slow it down, think, be, and have fun. On every journey that I've been on, the most important bit has been collaboration. Block wouldn't exist without the DJs. Block wouldn't have a logo without the designer. It wouldn't have the illustrations if, Michael hadn't drawn them. I didn't commission them. This work exists because the community exists. So we don't have to reinvent the wheel, but we definitely have to keep talking to each other, collaborating, and that is how we will move.